Hi there and welcome back to my channel. I want to say happy Thanksgiving. Today we're going to be making 3 dishes that we can serve on Thanksgiving. The first one is a meatloaf, but of course there's no meat in it. I'm using lentils and brown rice and oats to kind of keep it together. It's going to have all the Thanksgiving flavor, sage and thyme and rosemary in it. It's going to be fragrant and delicious, and we're going to serve it with a cauliflower mash. The loaf itself has a lot of starch in it already, so we're going to lighten it up by serving it with a cauliflower mash instead of mashed potatoes. But of course you could use either one, but I just happen to have this giant head of beautiful organic cauliflower, so I'm going to make a cauliflower mash to go with it, and over top of all of it is going to be a delicious vegan gravy. I hope you guys stay till the end so you can see this gravy. It's amazing and delicious, and it's so fast and easy, and it has a special secret ingredient that you're really gonna love. So I hope you guys try all these dishes, and let's get cooking. So I've got my brown rice cooking in the rice cooker here for the loaf, and then I also have lentils on the stove. I'm cooking about a cup of lentils, and I have my water steaming, just a little bit of water steaming for this cauliflower. So this head of cauliflower is huge. It's a couple of pounds probably. This is a great way to keep the calorie density of your meal down. You know, at Thanksgiving we're eating a lot of rolls and stuffing and a lot of calorie dense foods, and you start to feel a little heavy by the end of the day. So having something like cauliflower mash, it tastes amazing with gravy on top of it. It goes along so well with all of your other Thanksgiving dishes, but it's going to keep it lighter and be less filling on your tummy, so you can save room for some pie. I'm going to put the cauliflower in the pot and get it steaming, and it just steams for about 10 minutes until it's fork tender, and then I'll show you what comes next. Okay, the cauliflower is done steaming. It's all ready to go. It's super tender. I'm just gonna leave that sit for a minute. The lentils are done. I just let them sit with the lid on to absorb all the liquid. They're nice and thick. I also like them cooked very well. They're easier to digest that way. So those are all done, and there's no extra liquid in the bottom. We want everything nice and dry so that our loaf stays together. I have an onion and 3 stalks of celery that I'm just sauteing in some vegetable broth, and they're just getting tender. I'm gonna add some garlic, adding about 3 cloves of garlic. I always buy the pre-minced stuff because it's easy. I'm adding a teaspoon of garlic salt, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of dry thyme, a teaspoon of dry rosemary. Of course, if you have fresh herbs, you can always use those. And this is what really gives it that Thanksgiving flavor, is poultry seasoning. You can use sage, but I don't have any, so I'm going to use poultry seasoning. I'm putting in a teaspoon of that. I'm also going to put a teaspoon of dried parsley. I keep adding vegetable broth just to keep the vegetables from sticking. I really like making the cauliflower mash in my Vitamix. It just makes it super smooth and silky. So I'm going to put all of this cauliflower into the Vitamix. Okay, there's all my cauliflower. It's quite a bit, huh? I'm going to blend it all up, and then we're going to add some spices to it. Okay, this is a different angle. I wanted to show you how easy it is to blend the super soft cauliflower in the Vitamix. Boom, done. Pretty quick, huh? And it's delicious and silky smooth. I didn't add any liquid to it. So I'm going to add some spices. I got this at a restaurant supply shop. It's Knorr vegetable base. I'm just going to put about a teaspoon in there. It's a vegetable bouillon liquid concentrate. I'm also adding a teaspoon of garlic salt. I put garlic salt in everything and on everything. It's just my go-to. And a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. Okay. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Perfect. We'll crack some fresh ground black pepper over top and maybe a little sprinkle of salt, but we're gonna have that super flavorful gravy. So our cauliflower mash is done. Now on to the loaf. I've got the onions and celery. I'm gonna put in my food processor. These are super flavorful with all of the herbs and spices we put in there. My storage is full, so my camera cut out. But I added one packed cup of lentils and 1.5 cups of rolled oats. And I just blitzed them all together with the vegetables until it makes like a smooth, kind of smooth. I'll show you. It's all together. There's some chunks of oats in there, but it's pretty much fully ground up. Now I'm gonna add 1 cup of brown rice. And I don't want the brown rice to get completely mushed. So I'm just gonna add it in there and pulse it together. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast and a teaspoon of garlic powder, garlic salt. This is all mixed together. I'm going to put this into the loaf pan. I just have a regular loaf pan. I put a piece of parchment in the bottom so that it comes out really easy. I'm going to put this in the loaf pan and bake it at 375 for about 40 minutes. So our loaf is in the oven. The cauliflower mash is ready. Now we're just going to make our super simple gravy. I have 1 chopped onion and 1 handful of mushrooms. It's about 8 ounces of mushrooms sliced. I'm going to saute them in a little bit of water until they are nice and broken down, all their juices have been released and then reabsorbed. I added a teaspoon of ground thyme and a teaspoon of rosemary. Okay, gravy time. I have the sauteed mushrooms and onions. They've really broken down. They smell amazing. I cook them with the thyme and the rosemary. And I'm going to add to the blender a teaspoon of the vegetable broth base. I added 2 cups of water, and the secret ingredient is a potato. This is a steamed potato. This is a gold potato. You could use a russet potato, but I'm just gonna throw that right in, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all blended. Doesn't this look amazing? Look at how thick and rich that gravy is. Let's taste some of the cauliflower mash. So rich and delicious. And now this loaf. To be honest, I just made this loaf up as I was making it. I didn't follow any recipe, but I love those Thanksgiving flavors. It's almost like stuffing, but it's nice and moist, and we're not eating a whole loaf of bread. So this is a light and healthy meal that can satisfy you and give you all of those holiday vibes that you're craving. You can serve this with some sweet potatoes if you want. That would be a great addition. I just have some broccoli here, but this is a great meal that you can serve to meat eaters and vegans alike. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel or give me a like. It really helps my channel to grow. I'm trying to bring these recipes to as many people as I can to show people how easy it is to make foods that you love a little bit healthier. Be sure to click the link below to get my free ebook. It has 5 of my favorite sauces and dressings that are oil-free and all plant-based, of course. It's so much easier to eat your veggies when you have a delicious sauce or dressing to put on top, I find. Let me know if you want to join me in a potato reset. I feel like it's a great time of year in between holidays to do a 5-day potato reset. This is kind of like a Mary's Mini. We're just eating unlimited amounts of potatoes, sweet potatoes, white potatoes, purple potatoes, any potatoes that you want, unlimited amounts of potatoes and vegetables. So we're doing that for 5 days. It starts December 6th. Let me know. It's totally free if you want to join our community. Let me know in the comments if you are interested in the potato reset. I want you to see how full you feel and satisfied eating starch. I want you to get over your fear of carbs. I want you to see how much cleaner your body feels when it's full of healthy, oil-free food. I want you to see how simple it is to have a diet of whole food, plant-based ingredients. I want you to see how you free yourself up from decision fatigue by knowing that you're eating potatoes and vegetables. What are we having today? Potatoes and vegetables. And I want you to have unlimited amounts and not feel restricted. I want you to be full and satisfied, and so you can have some form of what I've experienced with my health by switching to a whole food, plant-based diet. I feel like this is a great time of year to do it. It's only 5 days. I'm going to do another one in January for 2 weeks, but this one is just like a little dip your toes in the whole food plant-based community, and I hope you guys join me. I'm really excited to show you how to jazz up your potatoes and vegetables and some exciting recipes that you can do with that. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy your families, spread the love, and I'll see you in my next video.